Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I've got a comparison video of the Saddle 23. So this is the Coach 1941 Saddle 23 in chalk and in dark denim. So these two bags are identical in a sense that they're the same style, but this one is from an earlier model year. I believe it's 2016, and this one was from 2018 if I'm not mistaken. So I have both of them. I bought this one new from the store and this one was pre-loved. And so the purpose of this video is that because this style is discontinued, you can't find it anymore in store. So this is just a guide of what you can expect to see depending on what year of Saddle 23 you get, whether it's an earlier year model or a later year model. So I believe they discontinued this exact style and replaced it with the one with the C buckle here in a leather tab closure sometime in probably late 2018, early 2019, and maybe I'll insert the picture here so you can see. But this one has been around and it still is, I think, available at coachoutlet.com, but with the exotic strap. So just for reference, that's the, if you're looking to purchase this new, that's the only option you get now. You can't get the normal regular strap anymore for this. So anyway, so I've got both of these, and I really thought at first that there was no difference between the two because, I mean, it's a Saddle 23. Essentially, when you see it in person or in pictures, you can't tell the difference between either one unless you look closely. So I will go into the similarities and also the differences, but just an overview of the bag if you haven't already seen my other videos. This bag has a flap, and there's no snap closure or any turn lock closure or anything. It's just a flap, and then inside there is two compartments, so one smaller one in the front and then one at the back here with the leather tab that you can close right there. So I never closed mine, so mine just stays wherever. And then on the inside there's only one zip pocket at the back right there, and then there's a creed right here, and then on the outside there's no external pocket. So at the back there's no external slip pocket, so it's just a plain basic bag like this. So that's the main overview of the bag. Now on the other, on the chalk, it's the same format. The similarities are that, of course, it's a Saddle 23. The size is the same. So as you can see, like, the flap is squishy, but they are 23 centimeters across. That's why it's called Saddle 23. And these are the same bags. On the side, it's the same depth right here. I think the white, or I think the blue appears to be thicker or deeper, but just because this one's more used, it's pre-loved, so, or maybe it's white, I don't know. But it's the same size. Another similarity is the number of holes in the strap. So I have removed the strap from the bags because it's just easier to show. Now this one has 4 holes on each side, and it is a buckle strap for both of these bags. And on the dark denim, it is also 4, as you can see. And the hardware on the bag, on both of these bags, are essentially all the same. The engraving especially, so on the buckles you can see there's Coach right there on this side, and then on this side as well you can see there's Coach. So on the inner flap, this side there's Coach. So all of this is the same. There's Coach right there. And on the inside, on the zipper pull, there's Coach 1941. Also on the side there where you can hook your keys onto, there's a snap. It's also engraved Coach. Now on the chalk, it is the same. So we've seen the buckle. This one is also engraved. And on the inside, the zipper pull there is engraved Coach, and also the snap for your keys. So that's essentially the same for both. And the genuine glove tan leather stamp, this one is there. So in the earlier years, the earlier model like this, it's already there. Later year model, it's also already there. The placement of the hang tag is also the same. So you have your hang tag on the left side of the bag. So if you're looking at it like this, it's on the left. And the same side. And that's pretty much where it ends. So, I mean, they are the same in function, right? So you'd expect the bag to perform the same way. But if you are picky, or that, you know, you're particular about where or how it's made and that sort of stuff, then I will be getting into that. And of course, what's very obvious right now is that the hang tags are different. So in the earlier years, when they first came out with the Saddle 23, they used two hang tags, one engraved with Coach, as you can see there, Coach New York. Actually, no, this one is engraved Coach 1941. So it's engraved Coach 1941 in this one. And then on the second hang tag, it has the color. So this one's chalk. I've seen some that are yellow, the flax color, and it says flax. So it just depends on what color you get. And on the underside of the hang tag, it's the color of the interior of the purse. So in this case, it's like a beige interior. It matches the hang tag. Now, similar for the hardware color, whatever the hardware is, it matches where the hang tag hangs from. On the dark denim though, you can see they have the gold dipped 1941 hang tag. So gold dip, what I mean by that is like this part is gold. So it says Coach 1941, very little engraving right there. And it has the horse and carriage on here. It's actually, this is really nice, these hang tags, the 1941 later hang tags for the gold dip ones, as compared to this. This is very common. You can see this on any Coach New York handbag. So yeah, that's the first difference. And then another difference is the size of the rings, of the D-rings that the hang tag hangs from. So this is more bigger and thicker. So it's a thicker ring compared to this one. You can see the size difference obviously from this angle. Like this one is very thin, and they're both engraved Coach on the side right there, but like just from the look of it right there, it's more obvious that this one is, in a sense, much better quality because it's a thick D-ring than this one. When it comes to, you know, it doesn't affect the use of the bag, but it affects the aesthetic of the bag. So anyway, so the stitching is also different on the bag. Now the stitching of the flap here, as you can see, is like large, evenly spaced stitching on the flap of the dark denim. On this one, it's more close together and it's a shorter stitch. So a shorter stitch versus a longer stitch that's spaced. It really creates a different look, right? Like you can see that side to side.
And then on the underside, so the stitching of the dark denim in the later years, it goes all the way to the back. So this whole flap of leather is one continuous piece. It's all the same length and space of stitching. On the earlier model years, the stitching is the same on the flap and on the interior. So it's a very short stitch, short and very tight stitch, I would say. If you look at the dark denim, this is the interior stitch. So it's very short. It's shorter than the flap stitch, and it's a bit more spaced than the chalk, side by side. So right there, you can see the stitch. The inner stitching is actually more comparable because they're both short stitches. Whereas the flap stitch, it's really a lot different for these bags. So that's one. And what I find though is that in terms of stitching, this chalk bag is made in China, and this dark denim bag is made in Vietnam. Now, I don't know how that affects the quality or the workmanship of these bags, but the quality of this dark denim is actually much nicer than the chalk one. Now, other than the stitching, I found that the edge paint, so the glazing, is better done on the dark denim. Can you see this one here? So that tab there on this side, that's edge paint. Like it's a bit sloppy, right? Isn't it? Now on the dark denim, you don't see that at all. It's very clean. Also with the stitching on the inside, like you can see here, kind of not even on that. And then also on this side, you see that? So in like just overall the stitching on this bag, it's hard to show it on the inside, but it is not very clean. It's not as nice as the dark denim stitching or edge paint. Let me show you the dark denim. So in terms of glazing, can you see that? You don't even see any glazing. It's just clean. The stitching at the back, it's also clean. There's hardly any unaligned stitch. Here, see? It is a clean stitch all throughout. And this is the made in Vietnam one. The other one's the China one. So I don't know if that plays a big difference in terms of quality, but I know in Vintage Coach, when they were still making Coach in the US ones are actually less well made than the Costa Rica one. The Costa Rica ones are actually better made, and I found that through Vintage Coach Collector. Hi. She has lots of Costa Rica's, Mexico, China, well, US, I don't know about China. But yeah, the Costa Rica quality is actually better. So I wonder if the Vietnam quality is better than the China one. Because I only have 3 made in China Coach bags in my collection that are earlier years, and the later years are all Vietnam. And the Vietnam ones are made way better, in my opinion. So anyway, so that's the stitching and edge paint. Next we have the zipper tabs. So the inner zipper tabs and pull are different. So you can see that zipper tab right there on the sides of the zipper, that one is I believe glued together, and then they're pressed together and then edge painted and then sewn on. And then the zipper pull is metal. It's just one piece of metal right there.
Whereas the earlier bag, the zipper tab is sewn together, so the two pieces of leather are sewn and then sewn to the bag and also edge painted, and the pole, the actual metal piece, is shorter, and then it's attached to a leather piece right there. Now there's no it doesn't affect the function of the zipper. It's just preference, really. I actually prefer the full metal zippers because I don't like to deal with this tab, this little tab. I don't like that, but that's just me. So yeah, so another difference, if you're looking into this this purse, is the strap. So I know they say 1941 bags have this embossing on the zipper, this part. So this one says 1941, and then this one is designed for leather. So that is embossed on the underside of the strap for the newer bags. Now the older bags don't have that. So this one is the chalk. On this side, there's no embossing. On the other side, there's also no embossing. I can't find that sign, that embossing anywhere on the chalk bag. So that's a big difference. Now, as I said, when you're buying this Preloved, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if you choose this one over this. The function is the same on both. However, just the aesthetic and the quality and how it's made is different. So, for me, my personal pick is getting the newer ones, the ones with the gold dipped hang tags, just because for the reasons I said, you know, quality is better, stitching is cleaner, edge paint is cleaner, the hardware is actually more, I guess I would say, more well made. The D-rings are bigger, the zipper pull is one metal piece, and that alone is, you know, it makes a big difference when you're looking at your bag. It's way prettier than looking at how this chalk bag is made. This one feels more luxurious for sure. You feel like you're getting a more 1941 quality bag, and they're supposed to be more luxurious feeling because they're the runway collection. So I hope that Coach continues to do so, distinguishing their 1941 line versus their Coach New York line, instead of slowly blending them in together. My Dreamer shoulder is somewhat of a hybrid because there's 1941 stamping in the bag, but then it's not part of the 1941 line officially. So, you know, that sort of line I think Coach is trying to cross for whatever reason, we don't know, but yeah, the quality for this line of bag, at least for the Saddle 23, there is a difference even if they're both 1941. So I hope this video helped in identifying the differences between the two bags of the same style but different years. This is also apparent in the Rogue 25s and the Rogues, the first generation, second generation, third generation. There are differences in the years that they were made, and this is just for the saddle. So if you're buying Preloved, at least now you know if you've seen this video. And if you're into this type of videos, I mainly do handbag videos and SLGs on this channel. So if you're interested, please subscribe and stay safe. And I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.